Hi there.
Hi.
Obviously, you guys play together with the Aces, but also in Unrivaled. I'm kind of curious, just like what that experience was like for you guys, and if you guys feel a little more ready to go heading into WNBA camp after having that experience.
Well, it's really nice as a newcomer rookie last year, and I'm still learning a lot. It's really nice to have a really good vet. And so I've been really lucky to be able to play with Tip at the Aces, Unrivaled, in here because, she's got my back and she gives me great advice. And I know everything she tells me is coming from a place of best interest. And I appreciate that. Not everybody has that, so I feel really lucky that I've, been able to get closer with Tip and be able to, have somebody to lean on when I need it.
Kate, it felt like every time you shot a three the other night that like the whole crowd just kind of held their breath, and once you made it, it was like the crowd erupted.
Yeah.
What was just that like, just hearing the crowd after you made that three?
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome. The crowd was phenomenal all night. They were getting so loud for us, and to have that energy in the arena, really backs us, and it makes us feel good. But yeah, I could not hit the ocean if I wanted to. I think everybody was just a little excited getting their jitters out, and so that was it. But yeah, it felt really good to see that first one go through.
I'm curious for both of you, how in an inaugural season is you're building a foundation and an identity and learning how to play with one another, how you balance the competitiveness in all of you of wanting to win and also understanding that historically expansion teams, it takes like a year or two, right, to really build up into contention and stuff. How do you approach this season kind of balancing those things?
I mean, it's new for all of us. Like, nobody's used to starting on a team from scratch, like day one. Like, this is still a crazy feeling just to be a part of it. But at the end of the day, we're athletes and we're competitive. So we know that one thing that we have going for us is that we're going to go out and we all going to be dogs. We all going to fight for the person to our left and our right. We all going to trust each other. We all going to believe in each other. We all going to build up the things that we're learning in the camp and take those things as our foundation so that we can get better and better each game, each day, each practice. So if we got that going for us, then, I mean, what more can we ask for?
100%. The only thing I could add is like the NHL most recent expansion team made it to the finals. So it's like, I don't know, like why, like you don't play basketball just to like think you're gonna lose. Like our mindset is always to be the best and to go to the championship. Like that's always the goal. So.
For both of you, kind of going back to Unrivaled, 3-on-3 is way different than 5-on-5, but are there any specific things that you guys both picked up from participating in that league to kind of add to your games in this season?
I think Unrivaled and the 3-on-3 was really beneficial for me in like my pick and roll reads, and like in college and last year with the Aces, I wasn't in a lot of pick and roll situations, and Unrivaled I was in a lot more pick and roll opportunities, and so that definitely has helped me. And then also like being able to guard one-on-one, you're on an island in Unrivaled, you don't have a lot of help, and so just carrying over all of that from there to here is what I've been trying to do.
Pretty much the same. I mean, I'm kind of used to the 3-on-3. I've been playing it for a while, and I'm kind of trying to implement that in my game as well, as far as like she said, coming off the reads, off the screens, and things like that. But it's kind of hard. It's not 5 players, but you just got to use your imagination. So just a little bit off that to piggyback.
Kate, I wanted to go back to the crowd question because one of the loudest cheers of the night is when you got fouled before you shot the 3 free throws, kind of pumping the crowd up. I was just curious kind of what was going through your mind during that time and, stepping up to the line to – I believe that was the first tie of the game.
Yeah.
When you made those free throws.
Yeah, I just kind of pulled everybody together and said, yeah, I know this is a preseason game, but we want to win this. Like, we're competitive. We want to win. We don't, like, I don't know, that's just like our spirit. That's what Nat leads with, and that carries on over to us. And so, yeah, it was just like the heat of the moment where you're just kind of in a zone and just super excited. And so I heard the crowd get loud, and it's fun whenever you can interact with the crowd, and it just like it makes it really enjoyable for us players, but also for the fans. And so, yeah, honestly, I kind of blacked out, but it was it was just a really fun moment. And so, yeah, that was first tie of the game for sure. Yeah, fun.
Tip, just from playing with Kate this past year plus, how have you seen her game evolve?
Oh, I'm glad you asked me that. I mean, my thing I always say when I talk about Kate, her confidence. And I think that's something that has evolved over time, and it's because I see her working in the gym. Like, she's workaholic. She's in here early. She's leaving late. She's always getting shots up. She's trying to get better. Like she said, working on her one-on-one, working on her reads, coming off the screens at Unrivaled. And then you see that here in camp. Like, I get to see that from the aces to 3-on-3 to here. So just watching that evolution, and I'm so glad that she kept her confidence in shooting those shots, and she finally got one to fall. Like, I'm glad I just get to be here to see the evolution. Like, it's so dope. Appreciate that too.
Hi, Tiffany. You are clearly not afraid of the paint. And I'm just curious,
never.
how is that an adrenaline? Is it what does that feel like for you?
Not being afraid of the paint.
That drive, is that adrenaline is driving you? Is it joy? Is it competition? Is it?
It's competition. I know the biggest thing for me for this team is that I can get past almost anybody in this league. So that's kind of like my role. Like, I have to be a playmaker. So if I'm getting past somebody, of course I'm going to be in the paint. That's when I need to make the right reads. So being a playmaker, that's what you do. You get in the paint, you're either going up to score or you're finding an open person. And we got such good spacing as a team. Like, we going to have players like Kate out there ready to knock it down. So if that's my job, yeah, I'm going to have fun doing that. If that's what I got to do, I'm good at that.
Marissa asked you guys about playing together in Las Vegas, and obviously you guys worked with Natalie in Vegas as well. I'm just curious, what has she been like as a head coach this past week or so through camp?
Yeah, I mean, Nat is the type of person who's not, like, she's going to always be her true self. She's unapologetically herself. And so, like, who she is as a person has not changed. Obviously, she's, you know, a tough lover, going to get on you when she needs to, but love you up when you need it as well, and then always ask for your best. And she's going to work her tail off. So none of that has changed. Obviously, like, her role as a head coach is different, you know, delegating to the assistants and doing whatever she needs to do. But honestly, it's just been a lot of fun to see her thrive as a head coach, and it seems like she really loves it. Obviously, she loves basketball, so I feel grateful that we all get to play for her.
I know, Kate, that you said that you guys never go into a game, you know, expecting to lose.
Yeah.
I think there has been a lot of questions about the team and how you guys would perform, and I think a lot of people were pleasantly surprised during your first preseason game. I know it's early in the season, but do you guys feel like that has kind of taken some weight off of you? Do you feel more confident going into this second game and feel like you're getting some of the credibility that you believe you should be getting?
I mean, we started from the ground up. So I think they built this team knowing, like, what the kind of people and players we are, not just players. So knowing that and knowing how we're going to go on the floor every day, I think we were the only ones that weren't surprised. Like, we've been here in camp doing it every day, beating up on each other. The first time we got a chance to play against somebody else, we like, all right, we've been doing this in camp all these days, beating up on each other. Like, it's time to beat up on the other team. So I think it was no surprise to us, but at the end of the day, we just got to keep it going. Like I said, this is a foundation. We got to just build on that.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm curious if you guys have ever played on a team with this many international players, and just what that's been like.
I personally have not. Yeah, most of my teammates have played overseas. I've never even played overseas, so it's been really fun getting to know a lot of the international players, and you know, they're all very well respected, and they're all very good players, and so it's cool to, you know, hear their accents and, you know, hear them talking in their languages and everything, and so it's been a pleasure for me to get to know them and be teammates with them.
Is there a different style of play that you've seen, you know, coming from the international players? Is anything that you have noticed?
I mean, you can see a little bit of their flair and a little bit of what they do, but like we said, we're all here learning a new system, so
Yeah.
everybody's kind of like trying to like learn what's here so we
Yeah.
can build on that, but you kind of get to see like a little bit of the personality of that person's game from where they come from.
Tip, you talked about beating up on each other in camp and getting excited to go beat up on someone else. That's one of the disadvantages that your team has, having been a brand new team starting from scratch. You know, you guys played together in Vegas, but other teams are coming and returning a lot of players. How do you build that chemistry out on the court so that while you're going hard at each other in practice, it's still also learning how to click out on the floor when you're going up against other opponents?
It's gonna take time. Like, everything isn't built overnight. Like, we know that. Like, we know that practices are different than games. So we can have as many practices as we want, but we're going to need that game experience together to be able to build that chemistry. So, like she said, we always go out there thinking we want to win. Like, we got some dogs. We got some people out here that have heart on this team. So we're going to go out there wanting to win all the time. But at the end of the day, we know it takes time for us to build chemistry, which I think we're doing a pretty good job, honestly. After the first game, I mean, everybody saw it. Like, it's pretty good. So I'll say just time.
Stuff off the court too, though. Like, I guess I'm trying to figure out how there's one way to like get team camaraderie on the court, but hanging out outside of the court, being out in the bay together, how does that come together as a team?
I mean,
I don't feel like you have to be best friends off the court to have good chemistry on the court, honestly. Like, I think it's just going to come with, like, trust. And like she said, time is, like, our communication has to be on point because we have to be able to trust each other, you know. Like, we have to do our role and do our job so that we know, you know, if somebody gets blown by, we have help side there. Like, all of that trust is going to build our camaraderie and build our chemistry. And so the only answer is, like, really, is it just going to take a little bit of time and, like, a two-way street. Be a good listener, but, you know, be a good communicator as well.
we going to get there. Y'all ain't going to catch us in the clubs together or nothing if that's what you talk about.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, y'all.